Welcome to the Mining News on Commodity TV. Today with Vizsla Silver, Aurania Resources, Victoria Gold and Skeena Resources. Vizsla Silver is going full throttle with its drill results as usual, reporting 12 new drill holes from the southern extension of the Napoleon vein. The new holes are returning high-grade silver and gold intercepts from the down-dip vein exposures and confirm the continuity of grades to the south along the main Napoleon vein. One hole returned 2,767 grams per ton silver equivalent over 1 meter true width and 999 grams silver equivalent also over 1 meter true width. Hole MP22315 returned almost 400 grams silver equivalent over almost 2 meters true width and 1,413 grams silver equivalent over 1.8 meters true width with 1,268 grams per ton silver, 3.12 grams gold per ton, 0.06% lead and 0.22% zinc. As always, great results, and we can't wait for the new resource estimate. This should be very good, and the Vizsla Silver share price is way too low for that. The southern extension of Napoleon is a primary target of near-term resource growth at Panuco. With a local exploration model that continues to be validated through ongoing drilling, exploration along the southern extension of Napoleon has become increasingly meaningful. Several high-grade ore faults have now been delineated along the 2.5 kilometer corridor, which remains open for additional extensions both along strike and depths. Intensive drilling continues on Napoleon with 2 drill rigs. Good news also at Aurania Resources. New data increased the exploration potential of Aurania's mineral system in Ecuador. For example, positive results from a thorough relogging of drill core, along with the integration of geophysical and geochemical data from the Tiria Shimpia target area at Aurania's Los Citis Cutucu project in southeastern Ecuador, show the presence of a chain of 3 structural trenches in the center of the concession block. Trenches are extremely important in mineral exploration as the faults bounding them are often continuous conduit systems for hydrothermal fluids and have very high potential for mineralization. This underlying work is integral to advancing ongoing joint venture discussions as the company begins preparations for a drilling program on its Tadashem and Avacha porphyry targets, which is expected to commence later in 2022. Both programs are in line with Aurania's corporate strategy discussed in February 2022. Commenting on Aurania's reinterpretation of the geological data, Professor Gregor Borg, a recognized international expert on sediment-hosted copper deposits, said, "The recompilation and reinterpretation of the available data makes for a completely new and very exciting story," he said. The North Graben is 10 kilometers long and 3.5 kilometers wide. The Central Graben is 26 kilometers long and 3 kilometers wide, and the South Graben is 18 kilometers long and 5 kilometers wide. Lots of potential, therefore, for the company and the share price. Victoria Gold announced the appointment of Timothy Fisch as Vice President and General Manager for the Eagle Gold Mine. Mr. Fisch, a metallurgist, has been in the mining industry for 44 years, starting at Bethlehem Copper Corporation in 1978. He has held senior positions at Corona Corporation's Mascot Gold Mine, BHP Nevada's Robinson Project, and Unimine Canada's Blue Mountain Project. He is considered a top expert in mine production and should contribute massively to Victoria Gold's continued success. Equally important is the completed repair of the overland conveyor that had temporarily interrupted ore crushing, conveying and stacking at the Eagle Gold Mine. Heap leach facility and operations have resumed. The overland conveyor replacement is now complete and the conveyor is currently in operation. BMO estimates gold production of 150,000 ounces in 2022 and maintains its buy recommendation with a $15 Canadian price target for Victoria Gold. Cormark Securities blows the same horn with a buy recommendation and a price target of $14.5 Canadian. We are exactly the same opinion. Skeena Resources again announced positive results from the 2022 regional and near-mine exploration programs at the Eskay Creek Gold-Silver project. This shows good continuity from the 21A West Zone, which continues to develop. Building on the pit mineralization discovered in 2021 by drill hole SK21997, which intersected high-grade gold mineralization averaging 8.8 grams gold per ton and 13 grams silver, which is 8.95 gold equivalent grams per ton over 34 meters. The recent 2022 drill hole Eskay 22-1093 intersected 47.5 grams gold, 73.4 grams silver, over 12.12 meters, and drill hole Eskay 1031 intersected 2.21 grams gold and 4.6 grams silver, over 50 meters. As there has been no historical drilling in this portion of the 20A zone, the area was considered a depth overburden for both the 2022 resource estimate and the feasibility study. This recently discovered feeder-type mineralization occurs in the rhyolite sequence of the bedrock immediately below the mudstone contact and will be included in future resource and economic updates for the Eskay Creek project. Limited drilling to date on the 20A West Zone indicates that precious metal grades generally increase upward in the stratigraphy with increasing proximity to the mudstone contact. The ongoing 2022 exploration program has not yet fully defined the extent of the 21A West Zone. As with similar feeder-type mineralization in other parts of the Eskay Creek deposit, the zone geometry is well established and the continuity of mineralization from hole to hole has been very predictable to date. The new intercept in hole Eskay 22-1031 is 75 meters south on strike of the previously reported 48.48 grams gold equivalent over 12 meters in hole Eskay 22-1093. What was initially perceived as waste is now showing to be potentially mineable material. Very nice, I like it. Please note the disclaimer superimposed now. The shares discussed are part of the SRC Mining Special Situation Certificate and I'm a shareholder in the companies. Thanks for watching us and bye-bye from Switzerland.